Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a very interesting game between Carlsen and young Grandmaster Haria Ravi from England. This game was played at European Chess Club in round 2. So let's quickly jump into the game. So e4 by Carlsen and e6, French defense, very interesting opening, d4, d5, and here we have many options like knight to c3, win hour, knight to d2 is a thresh, and Carlsen chooses e5, which is advanced variation, and the idea is that we gain space here on the king side and knight cannot go here to f6. But now also black has very good move. This is the main move, c5, challenging the white's pawn center. So c3 here is the best move. Maybe knight f3 is playable, but not that good move. So now knight goes behind the pawn. That's the main idea of black, to pressure this d4 pawn. So knight to f3 was played. And now in this position, queen to b6 can be played, and then a3. Yeah, the idea with queen to b6, of course, is to pressure again, to put more pressure on the d4 pawn. But this bishop to d7 was played by Haria. And the idea is, of course, we develop a bishop and we prepare for this potential pin here on with bishop on b5. But now white plays bishop to e2, just developing, and here cd4 is quite a rare move in this position. The main line is like knight g to e7, now castle, and now knight jumps here to f5, keep more pressure, putting more pressure on d4. Now white has to take here on c5, bishop c5, and bishop to d3. Let's go back, but after this take, yeah, Carlsen took back. Now finally black plays this knight g to e7. Now Carlsen just castles, knight f5, knight c3. As you can see, they both didn't spend that much time on their opening, and in this position rook to c8 is played, bishop to e7, but Haria plays really interesting move, a6. And actually after this move, Carlsen tanked a little bit and he played bishop to g5. Quite interesting move. There's also a game Giri Buadze, Alexandre, Istanbul 2012. And in that position, that game, black played queen to b6. But Haria opted for bishop to e7. Now Carlsen, of course, took the bishop, queen takes. And here also for this move, Carlsen spends a lot of time and finds really nice move, queen to d2. And the idea is that it prepares this queen to b4, you know, attacking pawn 3 times. And then just rook to d1 would be the best move, protecting everything, this pawn on d2 and this pawn on d4. There's very interesting line. Instead of queen to d2, let's see if white plays a3. But now f6 is quite strong. And in this line, after queen to d2, if, let's say, for instance, if now black plays f6, now this is not that good because we can play g4, knight h6, and now we can take here, and black cannot take here on f6 because the knight is hanging there on h6, so queen can pick a knight. So that was also a good option for white. I mean for the queen to be on d2. Now black castled, rook a to e1. Some maneuvering moves now happened in the game, queen d8. And now very beautiful move by Carlsen, actually first move according to Stockfish. He spent lots of time for it, like almost 8 minutes, and bishop to d1. An idea is to bring this bishop here and here to better diagonal. So f6 was played, now bishop a4, actually very good move. It forces black to play b5, and now bishop goes to c2, putting pressure on this diagonal. So f5, and here in this position, what do you think is the best move, taking with the knight or with the pawn? Yes, of course, the best is to take with the pawn. Let's see what happens if we take this pawn with the knight. knight e5, but now unfortunately we drop this pawn here on d4, although it's not over yet. Bishop to d3, bishop e8, but now knight e2 is very strong move. Knight takes, rook takes, and yes, as you can see, also black has problems here with this knight, this weak pawn. It's actually positioned quite equal. But Carlsen, of course, chooses to take with a pawn. And here in this position, actually, the best move is queen to c7. But black played slight inaccuracy with king to h8. And now Carlsen takes an initiative. So knight e2, transferring knight here or here. Now knight h4 was played. Knight takes, queen takes. And here, very good move by Carlsen, f4. Protecting everything and also preparing maybe some rook lifts here. And queen going here for this pawn and checkmate. Rook a to c8 was played. Now bishop to b1. Queen h6. Now very good move again. Just waiting slowly and slowly attacking with queen to e3. Putting queen on better file than it was here on d2. I mean better, yes, file. Sorry, not file, but rank, on the third rank. So queen to h4 was played. Now rook switches here to c1. And in this position, the best defensive moves, according to Stockfish, is this g6. But queen to e7, again, inaccuracy. Now very good move by Carlsen, queen to h3. Notice that queen here guards that square, so queen, it would be worse to go to h3, because if queen was here, then takes, and white would have double pawns. But now queen enters here beautifully, threatening checkmate actually. So h6 was played, and now very good and attacking move, just g4. Carlsen doesn't fear anything, and g5 is the idea. So here the best move is just to wait, like rook c to d8, but d4 another inaccuracy. Yeah, black idea is to open this diagonal, maybe create some potential checkmate in threats. And here, yeah, very surprising move. Carlsen goes for a3, and he didn't play queen to d3, just threatening easy checkmate. Yes, because after queen to d3, black cannot play g6, we just take the pawn. So he has only one option to play g5, so that queen guards the h7 square. But now just f g5, rook takes, a g5, but now queen e4. Yeah, again, amazing move by computer, bishop e8, and now rook to f8, amazing move. So yeah, black cannot take, because that would be a checkmate. So king to g7 was played, but now look at this one. Rook takes the bishop, rook takes, knight is dropped. So let's go a little bit back. Okay, but what happens if queen takes here? Okay, this is not a mate, but it's very dangerous. Queen to h7, king f8, and now bishop enters the party with bishop to g6, and this would be a checkmate if queen to d8, queen to f7 would be a checkmate. So as you can see, queen is lost, it cannot go here, so queen must take, and white is totally winning. So very interesting lines here would be with queen to d3, but Carlsen goes slowly with a3. This move also is very good. It's not the best, but it's still winning. Again, just some slow waiting moves are the best for black, but he goes with king to g6, and now of course g5 by Carlsen. So what to do here? Yes, if we take, then this again is a nasty checkmate, like this. So actually in this position, also you can see the time of Haria. He was running out of time. He had only like 2 minutes. So what to do? He sacrificed the knight. So now rook takes first, bishop takes on c8, and now Carlsen just took on e5, the knight. So queen g5, and here we still have to be a little bit careful. after queen to g3, where should we put our queen? Here on g3 or g2? What do you think? You can pause the video and think for yourself. Yes, the best move is queen to g3. But let's see what happens if queen to g2. Looks almost the same, but there's very nasty move. Now queen to e3, check. And this position is actually a draw. So let's consider some lines. The drawing line is rook to f2, but now bishop to b7. And what to do in this position? The only drawing move is queen to g3. Now rook to f3, and yeah, that's a draw. Queen h4, but now rook goes back, and what to do, right? So queen has to go back, but now also bishop to f3 is an option. So that would be a draw. So let's go a little back. Okay, in this position, if even queen to f1 is played, this is even losing, because after, let's say, d3, very strong move, bishop takes, rook takes f2, queen takes f2, and bishop is lost, and there's huge pressure on this diagonal, so black would be even winning. So yeah, that was very interesting line. And let's also see this one, king h1, rook takes, queen f1, but now bishop to b7 would be a very nasty win and checkmate for black. So that's why queen to g2 was the right move. Now rook takes rook, king takes on f1, and now after queen to d2, Carlsen finds really beautiful move for the end, bishop to g6, and after this move actually Haria Ravi resigned. Why he resigned? Because there's no stoppage of, let's say, queen f3, let's do a random move, but now queen f3 and checkmate is coming, and there's no way to prevent that. So yeah, easy win for Carlsen. So yeah, this was a spectacular game by Carlsen. Only in 33 moves he beat his Grandmaster opponent, and very nice presentation of how to deal with French defense. Guys, thank you for watching as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.